Good evening, everybody. So I'm going to talk this evening about a really exciting phenomenon known as tolerance in our immune system. So tolerance is a protective mechanism or protective function that our immune system has built into it to prevent its overactivation and its unnecessary excessive activation in times when it is fighting infection. So our gut is quite a unique environment where over 100 trillion bacteria live in harmony with us. These are known as our good bacteria, and it is absolutely essential that our immune system does not react against these good bacteria. So essentially, our gut is a tolerant environment. My research focuses on the breakdown of tolerance and what happens and what is the research goal associated with why our immune system is reacting towards these good bacteria. Essentially converting a tolerant environment into a non-tolerant environment manifesting in inflammatory bowel disease. So in order to study inflammatory bowel disease and the breakdown of tolerance, we use a mouse model to mimic inflammatory bowel disease known as DSS colitis in BCL3 deficient mice. BCL3 is a gene encoded in our DNA. It makes a protein that's important in promoting tolerance in our immune system at various different sites in our body. So what we thought is that if we have mice that are lacking this gene, that they would develop a very, very severe form of colitis. We actually found the complete opposite happening. These mice were actually protected from developing colitis. They did not lose any weight in comparison to their wild-type counterparts, and most importantly, their epithelial barrier was completely maintained, whereas the wild-type animals, their epithelial barrier was completely destroyed, and they developed inflammatory bowel disease. So maintenance of tolerance in the gut is absolutely critical, and it involves a really, really complex interplay with this epithelial barrier, your immune system, and your microbiota. Any defect in this can lead to a massive breakdown of tolerance, and as you can see in these mice, the wild-type mice develop disease. So again, I will reiterate, your epithelial barrier is a physical barrier that separates your immune system from that of the microbiota, your good bacteria. Any defect in this barrier will lead to a massive breakdown in our protective function. And essentially, we have found that BCL3, when you have this elevated, you get a breakdown of barrier function and essentially the development of chronic inflammatory conditions such as inflammatory bowel disease. Now, this is absolutely essential to understand that identifying any novel target associated with a breakdown of tolerance promoting any sort of disease leads to a better understanding of the actual research goal, but also identifying novel molecules that can be targeted therapeutically for the benefit of the patient in the long run for such a debilitating disease, which has very, very few therapeutic outcomes currently. So thank you very much for everyone listening.